everyone. Mr. Devil here, Kenny Danico, three-time Stanley Cup champion of the New Jersey Devils. And you're listening to the Uncle Puckers New Jersey Devils podcast. Let's go, Devils!
Hello, everybody. We are the Uncle Puckers. I'm Chris, along with Mr. Tim Wood, and we are going to have do a little recap tonight of the Devils' win in a shootout against the Washington Capitals, and of course, we will dive into all of the Jack Hughes drama. But before we do, I just have to ask, if you are watching on the YouTube channel, please hit the like and subscribe buttons and the alert bell. And if you're listening to us wherever you get your podcast, please, a like, a 5-star review, a positive comment really does help the little podcast that could. And a shout out real quick before we get rolling to our DraftKings sponsor. Hockey is back, and this season DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL, brings you all the speed, skill, and nonstop action you love. DraftKings Sportsbook delivers the unmatched intensity of the NHL right to your fingertips. From player props to the thrill of live in-game betting, every drop of the puck is your shot to win big. And new customers, this is for you, because if you bet $5 and if your bet wins, you get paid $300 in bonus bets instantly. Light the lamp all season long with DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code THPN. That's code THPN to turn $5 into $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. All right, Mr. Tim, how are you today, sir?
Better than I was. I was in the pit of despair earlier.
I still kind of am. I'm kind of pissed still. I got to snap out of it because, but we'll talk, about that. What's up, guys? Steven, Dubs, how you guys doing? Yeah, I agree with you, Dubs, right? Any way they can get points. 2 points is 2 points.
I think that's where I'm at too. Honestly, and I think a lot of games are going to look like the one we just saw. Kind of the first two periods, I was like, all right. That was like late 90s suffocating Devils shit. Like they were, but a lot of that kind of the first first 8 minutes or so. We got 3 penalties or 3 power plays, which really kind of helped set the tone for us when you're working on those territorial battles, and that really helped us kind of tilt the ice a little bit. But that slowly kind of got chipped away, and the kind of floodgates sort of opened for the Caps in the third, and we were kind of clinging to life there for a little bit in the third. We had our opportunities, but pretty happy with the result. I mean, win's a win.
Win's a win.
They don't say how. They don't. At the end of the day, they just say how many.
And I mean, the overtimes. I can go a few games without seeing this team go to the extra 5 minutes.
How many is that? How many is that in a row?
5 in a row, right?
I think it's a lot in a row. Yeah, 5 or 6.
Actually, I mean, let's go to the first Carolina game or Colorado game went to.
I mean, there are ways we can actually look.
I know. I'm just trying to think in my head where we were, but I don't even remember the last couple of games actually. So tonight. Let's just take a look here.
But so while you're looking, that first and second, those are really strong periods. They kept everything to the outside. They were suffocating. They weren't letting the Caps get up ice. Our zone exits were pretty clean. We were pretty clean through the neutral zone. Like, it was just a very solid period. There wasn't a lot of exciting offense, and a jackless team is gonna and a jackless team is gonna do that. That's the way we're gonna need to win games. It did. I think the multiple overtime games in a row, I think we need to kind of avoid that a little bit, but I do not give a fuck. We got 2 points.
It's been tonight was the 5th in a row. So
John Sumner just said that.
Okay, on the 6th of November, we beat the Canadians, and then we beat the Penguins. We lost to the Islanders, then we beat the Blackhawks, and now the Capitals. So our overtime record is fantastic.
Are we suddenly are we shootout merchants now? What's happening?
Apparently we are.
That move. That I just, because it's so fresh in my head. Brad's goal was disgusting. Like, I really need people to understand how hard it is to just just to casually flip the puck up like that on your backhand and get it right underneath the bar, just like
to get that elevated so in close on your backhand. Yeah, you're right. It's fucking retarded. It's just
silly.
beautiful.
We're gonna need him, man. We're gonna need all these guys to step up. Like I think Nico had another so-so game. Timo wasn't all that great. I thought Grits was electric. This little fucking guy, man, he's just such a puck hound. Like every time a defenseman goes behind the net now and Grits is chasing him, like Grits is gonna get that puck.
Yeah.
And like half the time he does. There's a play in the second period where he was following a guy behind. Guys like, oh fuck, and now he's gonna have a reputation where people are like, oh fuck, that's Gritsuck, and they're gonna start rushing their passes, and he forced a bad pass.
Totally agree. Yeah, I mean he's becoming a very good player, and I cannot wait to see him in a couple of years. Nemec again, power play 1, fantastic tonight. Yeah. This kid has really found his stride and his confidence, and again, and Luke, finally getting on the board on power play 2. That was awesome to see. To see the goals coming from Grits and Luke tonight was big. Because
God, that Gritsuck power play goal, man. I don't think Thompson. There's no way Thompson saw that.
No, he didn't. It was a fucking rocket. I mean, the kid can shoot. Yeah, the kid can absolutely shoot.
I might need to delete my power play blog that I wrote this summer because I'm like, but like just. And what's funny is that was actually Luke to Gritsuck, and Luke lays out on just like a perfect platter. That's a perfect one-timer pass, and if that connection can work on power play 2, let's do that.
I agree.
I think the first couple power plays, like the first minute and a half of them, there's a lot of feeling out and like a little bit of uncomfortableness. When you have the same guys over and over again, you develop a sort of comfort level with things, on the power play, obviously. And then with the new guys, I think once they kind of settled in, by the third power play, they were getting a ton of chances. So
yeah, I liked their game, and we're going to see a lot of changes over the course of the next few weeks with Keith just trying to fine tune things. There are a couple of guys that I'm kind of getting at wit's end with, and one of those guys, again, this team's playing great. They have the second best record in the league. There's not a whole lot to bitch about, but Paul Cotter has to get his fucking game together. He's been like, it's not even like, Cotter's not noticeable. Like sometimes Palat's not really noticeable. If he gets an opportunity, sometimes he squanders it. But this guy's bad. Like he's just not playing good hockey right now. So I don't know what it is and what we can do to kind of unlock him, because he has a skill set that this team desperately needs, and he has not been able to get anything going this year. Is that me being fucking crazy, or is that?
No, I don't think so. I mean, a lot of the time he's been buried on the fourth line with Glendening, who isn't really an offensive guy. So I will give him a little bit of leeway on that, but you're not wrong. Like I feel like the times I notice him are when it's like Cotter overhandles the puck and loses it. He did it in was the third period. He was coming out of the defensive zone and just kind of, I don't know what he was doing, but he wasn't skating. He was kind of like, and someone just came in from right behind him. Like that's the type of shit I do in beer league. Like when I'm like thinking I'm going real fast and I'm like going super fucking slow, and someone just pickpockets me from behind and goes the other way.
It doesn't seem to me like he's very good at holding on to the puck. He's very good at not giving it up and encircling around that offensive zone. But at the same time, I don't think he knows what the hell to do with it.
He had one really good shot.
He's like Ricky Bobby with the every day of practice, except he's like, I don't know what to do with the puck, Sheldon. I just don't know what to do with it.
Somebody hold me. He had one good shot in the first, I think, where he cut across the middle and ripped one back across the grain that Logan Thompson made a save with the butt end of his stick. But other than that, like he's just, every time he gets the puck in the offensive zone, he's just overhandling it, loses it, he cannot pass for his fucking life. Like I think there's a 6-year-old dude on my beer league team that is a better passer than him.
He has no vision with the puck. No, it's just watch so many of our other skilled playmakers on offense, and they know what they're doing 3 steps ahead of and Paul Cotter looks lost every time he's got the puck. So, but
And
yeah,
one of his primary utilities is the shootout, and he fucked that up tonight.
yeah. Good thing we had Nemo again.
Oh God,
Jesus,
our
this
little
kid.
fishy hero.
Yeah, I mean, we found him, and he's ours, so we're keeping him.
Yeah.
I could not be happier. Not just for like the way he's playing for the team, but for him personally, because he went through it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
He was always confident that this was his game, and he had kind of failed on a few of his attempts to prove it, and he had things going against him, and we've covered everything a lot. But to see him now this year really coming into his own and kind of, just hey, look, all the talk for the last 2 or 3 years has been all about Luke, and everybody was, yeah, hopefully Nemec will turn into something. No, Nemec is something.
Yeah, and I see a lot of people having the like Nemec versus Luke conversation. Like we talked about this. Like we don't need to have that conversation because they're both on our team. Both do different things.
Right.
It's like one's lefty, one's righty. Luke has an incredible amount of talent. Sometimes he makes fucking rockhead plays that he's got to work out of his system. But Nemec is just like something has clicked, and he's playing 25. Hang on, what did he play tonight?
Well,
Hang
while you're
on.
checking that, because I also think with his development and how he's been, how good Brendan Dillon has been, how good Luke Hughes has been. Like when Siegenthaler's been up and down, but played a lot better I'll give him the last handful of games. So it seems like he's kind of coming back into form.
He did some Siegenthaler things tonight. Like he kicked one out of the slot that was pretty good. He had a good sliding play that kind of forced the guy to go back behind the net. Like he did, and he just kind of looked a little bit more active. There was one play at the offensive blue line where he was kind of moving around really well and then pinched down. Like, and this is because I had the Caps broadcast right after he did that and like pinched down and they kept the puck in the offensive zone. The Caps broadcaster was like, man, like the Devils are just shutting down every single zone exit that the Capitals have. Like these guys cannot get it out of their zone. They cannot get it through the neutral zone. So everybody's just very happy with how they played the first two periods. The third period is a little dicey.
Third period, I didn't like the goals, but you're not going to keep a team that talented off the board.
No,
both guys own us. I mean, it's fucking like McMichael and Ovechkin. They both fucking own us.
Ovechkin's a tank. Like I think on the first goal, like Mercer, like Luke got the puck up to Mercer, who kind of fumbled a little bit, didn't get the zone exit, and that kind of led to sort of a breakdown defensive coverage. Luke goes to kind of maybe a little bit lazily try and cover Ovechkin's pass, leaving McMichael back door. But the wings,
or anything.
yeah, but that was the second goal. The first goal, Luke goes. The first goal, Luke goes to Ovechkin, but kind of slowly a little bit. Doesn't really do anything about it, but the wing is supposed to back cover in front on that, and that wasn't there. So I don't think there's a single player in our team defensively that needs to get killed for like any particular dumb plays. The only the dumbest play that happened tonight, Wilson hit the post on a breakaway.
Yeah, that breakaway shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, like that was Dylan going walkabout and an absolutely atrocious change by the forwards.
Yeah, but this is also a great game to look at, and normally, and last year, even the year prior to that, this injury to Jack, which we'll dive into in a few minutes, but this injury to Jack would have, I think, completely derailed this team mentally. And we saw it so many times, and it's just different this year. I mean, this is such a fucking bad injury, though.
Well, what I thought going in, is like, and this is a real gut check moment, and I think they showed that maturity that we've been talking about.
Yes.
But the other direction that this could have gone that I was worried about was like that. What's up, Ace? Was that Winnipeg? Remember the Winnipeg game at the deadline when we didn't get anybody, and we got
that was a Friday night.
We got the doors blown off of us. Yeah. I thought it could have gone that way, but yeah, they just got to keep finding a way.
All right. So before we dive into the next subject, is there anything else you want about this game or anything moving forward?
No, just happy to get the win. I think we're going to see some. I think we're going to see the old Lindy blender out for a couple of games to see what kind of combinations we settle on. Dougie and Connor Brown are practicing. on Monday. And I guess they're going back to New Jersey and then flying down to Florida.
So
Um,
hopefully
so
those guys
hopefully
will
Brown's
be.
back. Yeah,
Yeah,
hopefully at least Brown's back up front. Glass was put on IR now. The
I
three
don't.
card money that Fitz and his group are doing with IR right now is like it's making my head spin. Like I can't keep up with what they're doing anymore.
It really is crazy. But this team, like, just keep collecting the points, stay in those playoff spots, and I think you'll still be in good shape for Fitz to have the balls to pull something else off.
Yeah.
But let's talk about.
Well,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
Last couple thing.
no,
Like
sure.
I think it's happening. You'd see it with the players too. Like Luke didn't even celebrate his goal.
Yes,
Like he was just like, "Oh fuck!" when Brown
not
was
again.
down in the corner. Like
Not
not
again.
again. Like it's happening to them. And then Dylan was off the bench, and I was like, "Oh god!" It's like, thank God he just went to take a shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Apparently he ate some bad ramen or
yeah,
something. Yeah, it
yeah.
was.
That Chicago cut steak is
Yeah.
still
Okay.
sitting there.
All
So
right.
let's get into that.
All right. So all summer long, and I might vent here just because I'm fucking frustrated. And so all summer long, right? We said the
By
most
the way, everybody,
important.
Chris and I haven't talked about this. I don't know what he's about to say. I
No,
don't know
he
what he's
doesn't.
frustrated with or about. So this is
As
going to be fun.
all the people in the chat, I'm sure know, we don't do show prep. We just
No.
kind of come out
What?
and talk and see where
Yeah.
it goes. But so all year, all summer long, right? The most important number next to Jack Hughes' stat line is games played, and it has to be 82. And we all kind of agreed. Like, we can't be doing this every year, missing 20, 25 games from injury. Like, you are the best player on this team, top 10 player in the entire world. We really need you, dude. And so far this season, he's been fantastic and just doing everything that you could possibly want Jack Hughes to do. Go back to the Chicago game, best player on the ice. I mean, most of the nights he's the best player on the ice. But he's managed to avoid injury playing hockey. This fucking guy can't even go out for a fucking steak now. Like, are we friggin' serious out of all people? Like, it's not, oh shit, Palat had to get surgery because he accidentally put his hand through fucking plate glass or whatever happened. No, it's Jack. What the hell happened that this guy now, and this is another thing. Gabriel Landeskog 3 years ago, right? His own player, it was a freak, kind of fell, and the guy's
Phelps
skate
got
hits him
cut
in the
and
cut
cut a pretty
Yeah,
significant ligament in his
but
quad.
at first they were like, oh, it's just a little, it was a little blood. They took him off to the side. It wasn't that big of a deal until you saw it was the ligament damage, and this guy was out of hockey for 3 years. This wasn't like, oh shit, the knife slipped when I was cutting his steak, and he cut his thumb or something that, okay, 5 or 6 stitches, and he's got to miss a couple of games. 8 weeks in surgery, to me, that's really fucking serious. That's tendon ligament damage. That could be something that hinders this guy for a really long time.
It was his it was his pinky. So
It was his
that
pinky
was
finger.
it was
You
his
don't
pinky.
really
Yeah.
even need
So
that. Why don't we even just cut this thing off? I mean, it's his smallest finger.
for like handling a puck, like and like if it's his right hand too, like a lot of what he does is handling the puck with turning his stick over like that. It is a little important, but it's also like it's also more to like prevent infection,
Right.
because
Now,
like gloves are disgusting. Like,
sure.
but okay, well, keep going.
No. I agree with Dubs that we'll never know the real
we won't.
story about
And
what happened.
Keith made some. Did you hear Keith's comments at his
I
presser
heard him
today?
just say something along the lines of like, it was a freak accident, and it seemed like they kind of really, I guess, went through everybody to find out exactly what happened, and it is just.
It was like it sounded like a police style investigation. Like Christy Flannery was like the statements from everybody were that it was a freak accident, and Keith said like yeah, that's it. What Dubs just said. He said we're satisfied with the story that it was a freak accident.
That's it, right?
Which is a very weird way to present that. I think the boys had some drinks and something dumb kind of happened.
Now,
I will say this about You ever been to a high-end steakhouse? They have those super
Yes.
thin, obviously you have those super thin wine glasses, right? That will fucking shatter or break if you like look at them wrong. How that broke and how that wound up like cutting his fucking pinky off, I will
Well,
never
was it
have
the
no
wine
idea.
glass that broke? Because I heard that it was like, and how I took it was like he put his hand through some type of plate
No, no,
glass,
no, no,
whether
no,
it
no.
was like a
He
window or a
broke it. He
sneeze
broke
guard
it
or
on a
something.
glass. Oh, I didn't actually even consider that.
That's what
That like
I thought. Like he leaned on something or whatever. Because if it's the wine glass, I mean, that would kind of make sense because we know how much Luke and Jack sing opera. Maybe that was it. Maybe they were singing really high notes.
no, but like I
Glass
feel like
broke.
there's like maybe like a glass here that he just had his hand like this and went to stand up like that. And it somehow shattered and cut his finger. That's how I kind of assumed it happened. I have no idea.
I think you're right, though. I think there was probably a lot of alcohol involved, and that, in which case, also pisses me the fuck off. Like, I get it. The boys are going to be boys and they're going to go out and have fun. But when you cost 8 fucking weeks for just doing something stupid to Jack, that's the thing that gets me.
It's Jack. Yeah, it's
The
Jack. And of
one
course
fucking guy, dude. The
the
one dude.
the narrative about that is gonna be he's always hurt and blah blah blah. Like I too am satisfied that the story is that it was a freak accident because it sounds like it was.
It's
You
short.
know,
And in the
like
end, who gives a shit
I've cut my hands in the kitchen multiple times. You're a cook, you're a
all the
chef.
time?
You cut, burn, your hands probably look like a fucking couple of bags of leather.
Actually,
So
my real quick, like my hands, like I don't. I've been doing it for so long, like I can grab shit right out of the oven with my hands. Like
really,
we'll be at restaurants and the waitresses will come over and they'll have all the pot holders and everything. Oh no, don't, honey, it's really hot. And I just grab the shit and put it down. Like, it's not hot. It's so yeah. My hands are like so calloused up and everything from all the burns and shit. Yeah. So Jack apparently has little baby girl hands.
yes, very soft city boy hands. Yeah, like it's just frustrating, man. It's like is this kid cursed?
Right.
Like because every one of his injuries, at least it's not a shoulder injury, I guess. And honestly, if it was like a cut to like I originally thought when the story that he heard it on a glass, and I think who said that? Dubs, yeah, said that they did indicate it was a glass,
Like a
not
drinking
glass.
glass.
Yeah.
Okay.
What I thought is that the glass, like the top broke off, and I pictured the stem like through his fucking hand,
That could have been
which
it.
I was like that's crazy. Yeah. So it's just frustrating that
We
it's
should
Jack again.
we should do like a superimposing video of like Jack as Craig T. Nelson in Poltergeist, and then the owner, the guy that built all the houses in the development, make that like Harris or Blitzer, and you just have Jack. You built the damn Prudential Center over the Indian graveyard, but you didn't move the bodies. Like, do that whole thing, because he is.
There's gonna be like 5 people that get that.
Yeah, guys that were 50 years old and saw the original Poltergeist. But yeah,
it's the funniest meme. Someone just brought it up. I forget who it was. It was there's a picture of Jack Hughes entering, and it was just like his hand was cut off, just like kind of like Luke Skywalker. There were some, look, it was fucking hilarious. Like, if it wasn't Jack Hughes, if you think about the situation broadly from the outside, we're Devils fans, so we're like, fuck. But other fans have got to be looking at us and be like, come on, like, get the fuck out of here.
We just got to keep the guy in bubble wrap.
Yeah,
and
just give him some sippy cups, those 3 compartment plates that our kids had.
Exactly. Feed him only Cheerios so he doesn't choke, that kind of shit. Bobby had made because Bobby does the thumbnails for the podcast now, so you guys probably don't see him on YouTube, but he had the first one that he sent me was a devil in a Jack jersey with a guy looking like Brat, and Jack is sitting at a table with his hand wrapped up, and Brat is cutting his steak for him.
Cutting a steak for him. Yeah, he said that. I saw that too. That was
I like
funny.
that one.
That was good. Although we should stop using AI pictures because I'm going to lose my farm because of AI. So let's stop doing that.
Don't tell me. Tell Bobby. I just posted him. He did a cool one today.
Oh, I'm complicit. I'm not complicit.
So yeah, I mean, it's so friggin' frustrating. But I will say this: they do have to change. Their game is going to change. It's just inevitable. You take him off of the ice, and things are going to change. And like you're 100% right. This is how they have to play. Strong defense. Especially getting Brown and Hamilton back and when Pesci gets back will be so big. The third period they were caved in, and we have a third defensive pairing of guys that are very young and don't have a whole lot of NHL experience, and I thought they held their own. But
they were. I mean, this is one number, but like based on expected goals, Cholo and White were our top two defensemen on the night.
Okay,
generally
very happy with them.
Yeah, like Nemec played 23 minutes. Dylan played 23. Siegenthal only played 17. I guess we didn't really kill a lot of penalties. We only had one. Did we have one penalty?
We had one. I think Luke took a penalty.
Yes. Luke, man. He's he's matched his like career high in penalties in like less than 20 games.
Yes, he has.
It's fucking wild. But he also played. Luke played almost 30 minutes again tonight, which is pretty wild. Brat played 26. Nico played 28. Let's talk about Nico a little bit. He's obviously hurt.
Yeah, something's bugging. Something's bugging really... the captain. I'm with you.
He's definitely hurt.
Yeah, it's getting noticeable, and it sucks because now you can't even, if you were even considering load management on this guy before the Olympic, now you can't. There's no chance. I'm just hoping, they were talking a little bit about it. It might be looked like he was favoring his left leg tonight in the game a little bit. So
is
maybe
he's got
that's what Stephen Engel said, and somebody else wrote it too.
I think Stephen Engel said it too.
Yeah, so maybe he maybe that's it. It sucks because the last thing you want is this thing, him playing through an injury that ends up worse. So
yeah, like there are a couple opportunities where I'm like, Nico finishes that last year, but whatever. Honestly, like I do not care where the contributions come from, what happens, as long as they stay above water, win most of their games. There are 23 games until the 31st, in 8 weeks is 30 games, which is a lot of fucking games.
That's a lot of hockey. That puts December's starting with a 5. Jesus Christ.
December is a fucking gauntlet. We play 15 games in December.
Wow.
We have 8 more, or 7 more in November. So he's going to miss a big chunk of the season. As for the Olympics, he's going to play in the Olympics if he can. There's just no.
You're talking about Jack.
Jack, yeah. There's just no like he's gonna play in him if he can. Like we're not stopping it. The Devils aren't stopping it. Like he's gonna do that if he can. Like the Olympics means a lot to these guys.
I have a question for you. It's funny. I'm glad you brought the Olympics up because we're talking a little bit about Nico and he's dealing with something. Can the Devils step in and say to Nico Hischier, we need you for the playoffs. We don't want you playing in these Olympics. We want you to take these 2 or 2.5 weeks and rest that leg and get ready for the. Can they do that?
I don't think they can force him, but I think they can strongly suggest. I don't know. I imagine there's some CBA, NHLPA language in the agreement for them to be able to go to the Olympics because the Olympics is covered under the IAHF, which is a totally different organization.
That's what I was curious.
So I don't know. I don't know.
Look, if he is favoring,
Dub, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, Dubs just brought up a great point. This condensed schedule, like people are fucking dying left and right. Half of Tampa's lineup's dead. Florida, we know about their injuries. Almost all of Carolina's D-core's out. Quinn has been in and out of the lineup. Charlie McAvoy got murdered tonight. People are getting so hurt. Like, if you look at the Team USA lineup, like right now, Austin Matthews is now out. Quinn's out. Jack's out. Matthew Kachuk's out. Brady Kachuk's out. And now Charlie McAvoy. That's I think that's everybody that they originally announced was going to be on the roster. A couple guys that they were assumed were going to be on the roster. Like, that's problematic. So I would love to say, I don't want, because I want Team USA to be good in one Olympic, and I'm going to do my fucking flag like a little fangirl.
All right. Well, I give absolutely zero shits about the Olympics when it comes to whether or not my guys are going to be ready for the playoffs. I don't give a shit about the Olympics.
Well, fuck you, Chris.
Well, that's just me. I mean, I like them, but
All
at the
right,
same time,
go sit in the basement and boycott then, buddy.
if I'm watching them without Jack because he is getting ready for the rest of our season and the U.S. doesn't win the gold, I won't lose sleep over it as long as my guys are ready to go in game 83. And it's going to be really, really difficult and I don't know, man, this is a good team, but man, to stay on that top spot without Jack is going to be really hard.
I we've talked about Ryan O'Reilly.
Yeah.
He needs, like, we need to, because you bring him in now, he bolsters that center depth. Like, what we are running out for centers right now, that's not going to last long. Like, that's not going to do very well in the National Hockey League.
So do you agree with me then that now is the time, right? You got to make a trade now.
You got to make the trade now. Like,
yeah.
Honestly, like, and people are saying like, oh, Fitz is in a bad spot and he's going to lose leverage because of that. But you also have to realize the other side of that coin is that Trotz is on like the hottest of hot seats. Like, his little fucking experiment hasn't worked at all, and he's gonna have to start. He's gonna have to get a new neck. B, he's gonna have to realize his little old man experiment isn't working. He's gonna have to start unloading people and execute a rebuild. I don't think he's really fully bought in that he needs to rebuild that team. Like, I think he's in denial about it.
What do you think about?
But I think you got to overpay for it. Like, I do not give a shit if Fitz overpays.
What do you think about Steven Stamkos on the Devils playing with Jack and Bratt when they're healthy?
Stamkos has been a power play merchant for probably the past 5 years. I think we looked at this actually, didn't we? When he was fighting with Tampa Bay and we were talking about him, and there's something like 25 of his 40 goals were on the power play.
It might even been more than that.
It might have been more than that.
Might have been more than that.
Yeah,
it was ridiculous.
And he's not going to get that spot on the power play here.
But I'm only thinking about him because of a guy that doesn't have to really do a whole lot because he still has that massive shot. So as long as he kind of parks up somewhere and lets the other two just feed him the puck, a guy. But again, it would just be a rental for 1 year. And I'm not in love with him. I was just curious what you thought about him.
Yeah, I think I think he could. There's also a vibe about the environment that you're in and stuff like that then could change people. Like, Marchand became just an absolutely electric player when he went down to Florida, when he was kind of on the slow decline. I like Forsberg there. I think he'd be a better option, but that's going to be a fucking haul. But like, at this point, as long as Nemec isn't involved in a trade, I'm fine with it. Whatever you need to do. Picks, prospects, Hamaniho, Casey, sorry, LaChance, even love you, buddy. Hamaniho, Kevin, Fondrick.
I think
I do not care.
You got to look at this team and say, how serious do you think they are to compete when healthy? And I think if you have a lineup that has Jack Hughes, Brett Pesce, Dougie Hamilton, Cody Glass, Connor Brown, that is a team that can fucking compete. I think that whatever you might think you might have to do down the road, I would definitely say pull the trigger now. And if you believe, Tom Fitzgerald, if he believes that this team can win rounds in the playoffs, I'm with you, Tim. It doesn't matter who it is. You can't touch Nemo. I get that, but we have tons of dudes that
picks. Yeah, like he just has to, like, Fitz. Maybe Fitz is the one that talks Trotz and like, you need to rebuild. Here's our 26 first. Here's our 26 second. Fuck it. Here's our entire 26 draft and Seamus Casey. Give us ROR and Forsberg. And you're gonna have to take Palat with it too.
Yeah, like the Dubs wrote here. Yeah, Palat is a guy you can try and move off of. Maybe even if you had to maintain a little bit of his salary just to get him out and free up $4 million as opposed to the $6 million is still better than nothing. A guy like, Stamkos is signed through 28. So a guy like that, you'd probably look to trade again in the offseason if you didn't want to keep him around.
I think taking on Stamkos would be a gamble. You want him to be that Toffoli-ish type of player, but I think he's pretty washed, and he's not a guy that's digging for pucks in the corner. He's floating in free space.
I'm about 80% there with you that he's washed, but there's that 20% that goes, man, if you can just get a little bit more of that Stamkos magic out of him, he can be dangerous with Jack and Brad.
Yeah, hang on. Let's look at Stamkos's careers.
Yeah, Jay Snow, you're right. We are gonna have to make our big move now because of the situation that we're in. Cody Glass might not be back for a long time. We know McEwen isn't coming back for a long time. It doesn't look like but Brown and Hamilton will be back. But you got to get somebody. The idea of Ryan O'Reilly, I love. JG Padgeau in the Island.
I think our focus should be center depth and a guy that we're not. You're not going to replace Jack. This is not going to happen. But it should be a guy that can step in and take some minutes off of Nico, bump Glendening and Lamico down, and then slide in to be that 3C when Jack comes back. Yeah. And I think Ryan O'Reilly just fits all of those buckets, man. And like his contract is palatable, his term is palatable. He hasn't slipped, his game hasn't slipped. So Stamkos in 21-22. He had 42 goals, 26 of them were on the power play. The year after that,
26. Wow.
He had 34 goals, 20 were on the power play. The year after that, he had 40 goals, 21 were on the power play. 27 last year, 13 were on the power play.
All right, so no
4 this year, 2 were on the power play. So about half his goals come from the power play.
What about Marchessault?
Let's look at Marchessault. I haven't heard that motherfucker's name. That's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
What is that from?
Star Wars.
Star Wars, right? Yeah. Oh, Obi-Wan.
Are you kidding?
It took me a second. I've been up since 6 o'clock this morning. I apologize.
That's all right. I sold a little kid's an American Girl doll bed on Facebook Marketplace today and had to drive 45 minutes to sell it for $40. Probably wasted as much in gas.
I have a ton of American Girl doll stuff that my daughter has. We used to get her an American Girl doll every year for Christmas.
Yeah, so did I. Uh-huh. Yeah, Marshy. I'm not really into Marshy.
No,
he shows up. He plays games. 30, 28, 42, 21. His goal total fell off last year, but he does have that Conn Smythe. We know that. He is small, but he doesn't play small. Last year, he had 21 goals, only 4 on the power play, so he's a 5-on-5 guy. Year he had 42 in Vegas. He had 8 on the power play, so he's not like a big power play merchant.
No, I know he's not a 3C. I know he's not a center, John. We were just thinking of guys that to play with Jack and 3C. Those are the 2 spots that we're always going back and forth.
Yeah, I think our top 6 is set. To be honest, I don't think we need a top 6 wing anymore because I think it's Gritsuk, Jack, Bratt, Timo, Nico, Mercer. I think that's our top 6. I think that's a perfectly balanced top 6.
Do you think that you could pry JG Padgeau away from the island?
Yeah, why not?
Well, because they might have delusions of grandeur, that's all.
I know it was Lou. Padgeau's an interesting guy. Like
$5 million a year. This is last year. He'd be strictly a rental.
Yeah. Second, third round pick for him. If I think he would be the backup option to ROR. Like if ROR would be first. I still like Kadri, but I don't know what you do with his contract. Like there's just too much on his deal, too much term left, and too much money to kind of really make that palatable for me. Like next year, like Jesus, we're gonna have to sign Gritsuk and sign Nemec and
so you trade him in the summer and you take a hit on it.
Maybe I don't know. But yeah, like I think our top 6 is set, man. Like I think it's Gritsuk, Jack, Bratt, Nico, Timo, Mercer. I think that's our top 6.
Yeah.
Then we have Palat, Brown, ROR. Then we have Cotter, Glass, and insert right wing here, Nason.
Yeah.
That's our 12. And I think that's an electric 12. Like I think that's a really good, solid, diverse, deep forward core. It has a good amount of toughness in it, great speed, like scoring threats up and down the lineup. Like I think that's a really good 12.
And a healthy defensive core, one of the best in the league. especially
I
the way
agree.
that Nemo and Luke have been developing this year. By the time the end of this season rolls around, with all these minutes that these guys are going to have logged, everybody stays healthy. I know how big of a deal that is, but the defense, of course, should be amazing. This is now it's up to Fitz. I mean, the guy showed you, the team so far through 19 or 20 games, whatever, have shown you that they are contenders. That they're.
I think that was a
This
big
isn't.
win tonight to
Yeah,
show that to
yeah.
Fitz too. It's like we're fucking for real.
Yeah,
We're not fucking
don't give
around.
up on us just because Jack. Don't go on fucking vacation just because Jack got hurt again. Like that's how I feel he does sometimes. So yeah, I like this team. I like where it's going. It's a huge game on Tuesday, and they got to keep this thing rolling. Tuesday is what, Tampa, and then we got Florida, and then we got the Flyers. That's our road trip.
Yeah,
So,
I'm worried about Tampa. Like they have a ton of injuries, but they brought up the fucking goon squad.
did
So I wanted to see if I could find any highlights from the Florida game because they played Florida tonight with those guys in it. But I don't know if those are like just the best replacements they have. Weird team, weird year. What a weird year.
It is a very strange year. And it would say so much for this Devil team to be able to stay near the top of the Metropolitan Division over the course of the next 30 games, because it's going to be a lot. I think they can do it.
Yeah, I agree. I think we can. Look, we showed it tonight. Like just one game at a time,
So we got
stack wins.
We got a possible 6 points out of this next road trip, right? Or no? How many games do we play?
Tampa.
Okay,
Florida,
so yeah, 3 more left.
Philadelphia.
Yep. So I just freaking said that, but I'm like, I thought it was a 5-game road trip when we just played Washington. I forgot Chicago was on the road. All right, so
that was the scene of the crime.
Yeah, the scene of the crime.
One thing, I made a joke on Twitter where I was going to give Chicago Cut a bad review. That was just a joke. Please don't do that. Please don't give the restaurant a bad review on Google and Yelp. I see people doing that. Please don't. Maybe I shouldn't have joked about that, but don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
If anything, give them 5 stars, particularly for the service. Always treat service people well, and just in the comments tell them they need to work on their stemware.
Yeah, or just stop serving hockey players, please. Just don't let the guy go out.
No. The funniest sidebar of this whole thing, and I don't like this guy at all, and I feel like he gets taken advantage of by Barstool. But Frank the Tank was at this restaurant, randomly at this restaurant for his own 50th birthday that the Devils were at. So he got a picture of them. So everybody was like, Frank the Tank killed Jack Hughes. And it's like, oh
shit. Good night, John. Thanks for hanging with us tonight, man.
I got to finish this recap. If you guys are interested in reading the recap about what we just talked about,
tell them where you can
it'll
find
be
it.
at allaboutthejersey.com. Probably posting in about a half an hour.
All right, so possible 6 points. What do we get out of this final?
Yeah,
the rest of the road trip. 6 points.
2-1. Show me 2-1. I don't care how.
Yeah. I'll go that, but I'm gonna take Abe Froman.
Look, if they sweep this road trip, I'm gonna be hard as a rock.
Yeah,
but
and that would really then send a message to the rest of the league. This is not a one-trick pony team. This is a really complete dynamic team. We just need some of these guys that have been a little cool to get back in the mix. Timo, Mercer, Nico. They need to start.
Yeah,
offensively, and we'll see.
Nemec can't carry us for this long.
No, he can't. Him and Grits can't carry us.
Seriously, I'm older than both of them combined.
Who supposedly called the restaurant Novo?
Ryan
Novovinsky?
Yeah, he called the restaurant. Well, because he called him, and he was like, "Was there any shenanigans going on last night?"
Oh my god!
That's that's fucking showbiz, you got to do it.
Yeah, I guess so. All right, so Tuesday night, it's against the Lightning. We should be able to go in there and get 2 points. I mean, if the Rangers can do it, we sure as hell can. So
shoot early and often on Vasilevsky. He's rattled.
That's it.
He's old, washed.
That's it. And I also, one thing I do want to talk about a little bit. on the next show is it really does seem like this year it's a concentrated effort, and I think it's mostly just because of how well Jake Allen has been playing. But this does look like it's going to be a 50-50 split.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't be shocked if whoever has that hot hand going into the playoffs is going to get this first start.
We didn't even talk about that. Allen was great tonight.
Yes, he was.
The first two periods stopped everything he needed to, was swallowing up pucks. He made a great save on the power play, like on a side door opportunity, kicked out the pad, made a great save. Neither of the two goals he really had much of a chance on. He did go swimming a couple times where I was like, get back in the fuck goal, man.
Yeah.
But and then at the end, he went to reverse the puck, and the guy in the Capitals was right behind him, and the guy came through, and Allen just kind of sat on him.
I missed that.
It was fucking hilarious. It was great.
But yeah, I mean, this looks like this is a strict 50-50 split, and both guys have been showing up and just being able, which is great, having two 35-year-old guys that can just go and split the difference, and we have solid goaltending with either one. It's fantastic.
It's taken us a while to get there. Over the long course of time, we've learned lessons, it seemed. We've gotten more mature. We've learned not to ride Markstrom unnecessarily. I think I see growth in loose game. Nemo's exploded. I just feel like I'm watching this team mature in front of us, and it's really great to see from management all the way down. That includes Fitz, and that includes Keefe and now Shaw too.
I completely agree. So, guys, another big Devil win. This is awesome. We started a new winning streak now. We are at 2, and we're going to keep it rolling. And points in the last 4 or 5, right?
Yeah.
4. So this is
shootout merchants, OT merchants, except for the Islanders.
Doesn't matter. All right. And hey, look, we shouldn't have gotten 1 point out of the Islanders if it wasn't for Nemo. So
score goals, win games. I do not care.
That's it, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with us on this. What is it? Saturday? Jesus Christ!
Saturday.
I don't even know what day it is. So we are the Uncle Puckers. Already did the whole spiel. For Tim, I'm Chris, and we will see you when we see you.
I want to answer Jason's question.
What's the question?
I found this website online that if you send them a picture of your dog, they will paint your dog in like a costume. So he's in like an 18th century Duke costume.
I want to see it.
Hang on. Right.
Yeah, go get it.
Don't mind the shit stains on my pants.
He's so disgusting. Surprised he's even fucking wearing pants, dirty bastard. Oh, thanks, Dubs. We appreciate That's freaking awesome. That is awesome. So, you can't hear me. So if I wanted to get my dog in a hockey,
he's very regal. Yeah, you could get him like king's costumes. If it's a female,
that's awesome.
Get a queen. Yeah, I have no idea where. I could probably track down the website if you really want it, but it was like $60.
Send it to me if you can find it. If
not, it's like a full painting. I was like, huh. And they sent it to me in like a week. I was like, no way you made this that fast.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's funny.
All right. The Regal Beagle. I love it. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. And we'll see you next time. Later.
Bye.
It's over, Johnny. It's over.
I cannot believe Bobby was sucking that guy's dick. It's fucking crazy.